At this point, I don't know what it takes to get them to take this as a serious issue.
A Winnipeg traffic and safety advocate says the city is slowly implementing eye-level signal lights at pedestrian crosswalks across the city, but is calling on the city to expedite the process before a collision claims another life.
2016, when the city finally studied the issue, determined that it increased driver yield compliance when they put these lights up. Instead of implementing it, they took the lights down at their test location and then did nothing more with it until the child died on St. Anne's Road. So St. Anne's became the first intersection to get them reinstalled.
Traffic and safety advocate Christian Soretta has been calling for eye-level lights at Winnipeg crosswalks since 2012 after a child died on Henderson Highway in 2011. He took me to a crosswalk on Alexander and Isabel that does have eye-level lights that were installed after a 4-year-old was killed in 2019.
This crosswalk was originally built in 2013. At that time, there was already advocacy to have these eye-level lights put up, but they didn't do it until after the child died. It was well after the child died, about 6 months or more, that they finally did it and basically acted as if it was a brand new idea and hadn't been something we've been arguing about for 6 years before that.
Soretta then took me down to the next crosswalk on Kate and William, which didn't have eye-level lights, but did sit between two crosswalks that did.
It seems there's a pattern where they're also adding them to anything that has a fatality. So on William Street here, as an example, this corridor doesn't have them yet. The one behind it had a fatality 2 years ago, so it now has them, and the one on Isabel's, where a 4-year-old girl was killed, it has them. This one apparently just hasn't had a fatality yet.
Eden Bazabi walks her baby across a crosswalk with no eye-level lights every day. She and others I spoke to say they want to see all crosswalks as safe as possible in the city.
If there is a way to improve it and to make it visible, especially for children, it's very nice. It's very good, I think.
So you're walking with two little ones?
Yes.
Anything to make it safer?
Just to have the eye-level lights, so it is safer for children and parents.
Soretta has over 250 signatures on a petition to seek city action. He says the city has agreed to update 16 crosswalks this year, but would still leave around 140 of the 180 crosswalks in need of eye-level lights. We reached out to the city to ask about their plans for installations. The city says in the 2022 capital budget they prioritized upgrading the 168 pedestrian corridors to meet current design guidelines. Partial funding of $145,000 has been earmarked for the upgrades, with an additional $1.45 million to be spent over the next 5 years. In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.